guys, Bass Boys here. Today we're doing a little bit of a different video here. Today, I made videos like this in the past, well, a while ago. We're going to be turning SENKOS, this pound mush rubber, into 6-inch, yeah, I could talk, 6-inch SENKOS. This is the Yamamoto mold. You can also make 5-inch too. But we're going to make the 6-inch today. So stay tuned. Alright, so things you'll need. Obviously you'll need the mold. This is, yes, the 6-inch Yamamoto Senko right here. And then of course you'll need your tube in order to inject the rubber, and then gloves for sure, because it's going to get hot, pretty boiling hot. This glass container, if you use one of these, put it in the microwave for a while. If you're doing this for a while, the handle will get pretty hot, so make sure to have gloves. Some ripped worms. It could be any kind of worms. It could be yums. It could be Berkeley's. You know, any kind of plastic. I mix them all together usually. Doesn't really matter. I don't have any problems. But if you want to keep them together, the Garys and the yums, you can do that too. But I just find it easier to mix them all. I don't think it really matters. I've caught fish on mixing them, so I don't know. I don't think it really matters. So yeah, you can do what you want. But yeah, and then I forgot this too. Clamp. One of these two to clamp the mold when you inject it, because this thing will kind of, it'll stay closed, but I like to put a clamp on here just to keep it closed and tight. After you put it in there, the hot plastic, then you kind of want it to settle in there, so I like to use the grip thing there. Alright, so let's start the microwave here. Alright, so you got a whole bunch of baits here that are kind of ripped. I already have some in there, you guys saw from before. It's kind of hard to do this with the camera, holding it in my hand. I'm doing this with my GoPro. So let's put it in the microwave. Yeah, I like to do it, I don't know, about maybe like a minute. Make sure you don't microwave this stuff for too long, let it get too hot, because it could form like burning little brown bubbles, and then it smells horrible, and it can get in the color and make it look more brown. So just make sure not to overheat it too much. So do it maybe by a minute, 30 seconds. You know, take it out, stir it with a knife a little, let it cool a little, and you can put it in again. We'll let it go the full minute here. Alright, microwave just beeped. As you can see, a minute. Not enough, obviously. So, you know, just let it stay out for a little bit so it ain't as hot. And then put it back in. We'll do another minute. Alright, so we're starting to get some liquid here. Start to turn into some goo. Get my shadow in the way. You can see we're getting there. It's still chunky, so we're gonna have to put it in there again, but it's good to mix it a little. I'm trying to hold the camera so I can't hold this thing. And it's starting to get hot too, so I have to put the gloves on pretty soon. So put that in there for another 30 seconds. And hopefully that'll do. Hopefully that'll get rid of all the chunks. But yeah, this is a pretty good way to, you know, not have to spend a bunch of money on worms or whatever kind of plastics you use. Save a lot of money, because I use plastics a lot when I'm bass fishing. And I'm always buying stuff at like Cabela's. And for anybody who fishes, you know that it's pretty expensive. Keep buying these worms all the time. Alright. Set this camera down here. You're looking pretty good here. Still got some chunks, so I'm going to put it in. So I'm going to put it in for another 30. Yeah, still going to need more. Alright, so just put that in there for another 30. I'm going to crouch here, you can see me mixing it up. It should definitely be good now. We're getting kind of a green, pearlish white color here. I try to mix the worms when I mix the colors. Try to keep them, try to think of like a color that I want, mix them all. That's how I don't know, I like it. It's good, it looks pretty good. So you gotta take your injector and all your melted plastic, pour it in here. Almost, no, I made a big mistake here. Big mistake. That's freaking hot. Hold on, I gotta pour this out. Well, I already made a blooper there. Put on the gloves. Alright, well, since we failed already, let's put this back in the microwave, because now it's gonna be chunky. Make sure I have my gloves on here. That got hot quick. It's because this is made out of aluminum, so that thing got pretty hot. It's still hot. Alright, so got that stuff in there cooking up. It's going to keep the camera rolling here. I don't want to touch the camera with these gloves. Alright. Hopefully we don't got any overheating issues with the GoPro. As you know, if you record too long, it gets hot. Alright. Of course, that chunks in there. I think it should melt though. Okay. Alright, that should be good. Alright, so let's not make the same mistake. Get your clamp. I would have already made that mistake too. Put it close, kind of close to the hole. Just put it on there. Good enough. You know what? Just a little more to the left. Okay. Take your boiling hot plastic. Like I said, start pouring it almost to the top. Especially if you're doing the 6-inch and you got the small tube like I got. You want to bring that almost to the top. Into the hole. And then slowly push this. Try not to go too fast, because it could create air holes in your worms. And then when I put this in there, or when it's done, then I kind of lightly keep putting more on the hole to hopefully maybe fill some air holes, if there's any. The good thing about this is, you know, you mess up, make some bad worms, doesn't matter. Just melt it back down again, and eventually you'll get it. Alright. So that should be good. And you just take what you got left, put it back into your glass jar, making sure not to shoot its end off into the bucket, into the glass thing, I mean. We don't have one of those. And you just put that back. Wouldn't touch this thing. This thing super hot. Everything's super hot here. Let that cool off. Now I won't be making any more here because this is just a video to show you how to do this. Even though you really probably don't need a video to know how to do this, but I just thought I'd put it out there. I think it's kind of cool to be able to take your ripped up worms, because, you know, like I said at the beginning, you fish with this stuff, you can catch one bass, your worm can get ripped, and then it's junk. And then usually, if you didn't know, you can have these molds, you just throw them out and go to the store and buy more. So now you can take that, your rip baits, and turn them into either 6-inch or 5-inch yamamotos and reuse them again. You don't gotta go to the store and buy them. And I mean, I've used the baits too that I make, and the bass like them, they eat them. I really don't seem to notice less bites with them. So I mean, it's a win-win. Alright, this should be cooled off. On the knife it's cooled off, so there's a sign that the mold's good. You can feel the mold too with your hands. See if it's hot. Usually the first time you do this, first couple times, you get away with your bare hands doing this. Well, I see we had a malfunction. We're supposed to get 4 worms. We only got 3. But the 3 that came out pretty good. And they look good. So they are right there. It's like a green pearl, like I said. Yeah, that looks like a good color. And then just take that and just put it back in the microwave. I got piles and piles of worms just around here, ready for melting. If you start doing this, you'll realize that you'll just have piles of rubber just laying around everywhere. Yeah. So I guess that's it. That's how you remake your worms that get ripped when you fish for bass or whatever you fish for. Now you can get this mold on Amazon. sell the 5-inch, the 6-inch, obviously, and I think they sell other kinds of creature things too, like lizards. I don't know if they do if they have a fluke or a D-shad. If you guys know what a yamamoto D-shad is, I don't know if they have those. But if you guys use SENKOS for bass, you know that they work pretty good. So yeah, I think it's great. I would definitely recommend anybody who uses plastics to get this and have it. It's fairly cheap, all this stuff. It's a good way to save money, and it's fun to do because you can kind of experiment with all sorts of colors, all sorts of ripworms, and mix whatever you want and make a unique color like this. And they also sell I have the back here, you can get flakes, you can actually get colors and dyes and stuff. You want to make your own, start from scratch. And they have the rubber too, comes in like a box, and then you just mix everything and make whatever you want. But yeah, guess that's about it. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you guys are wondering what kind of mold this was, I should have said it at the beginning of the video, but I forgot. It's the Do It mold, Denver, Iowa, USA. So yeah, should have said that in the beginning, but that is the brand. I'll put all of it in the description if you want to purchase this stuff or look at it. And yeah, so that's it. Bass.